In this video, I want to show you some search capabilities that Logos has that's hopefully going to take you beyond just using your guides. I love the guides, the passage guide, the exegetical guide, the word study guide, counseling guide, all the guides. But you've got a library that you need to be able to search through to make the most of your Logos, make the most of your library. And how do you take your library and go from a reading library to a research library, which is really where Logos shines? So I'm going to give just a brief overview. I'm going to open up the search panel, and we're going to spend most of our time in the books section here. For this is Logos 10. If you've got Logos 9, it will say basic, but we're going to do a book search. This is for Logos 10. And there's a couple things that you need to know. One is up here when it says all books, all text, all passages, you can do keyword search. So we could say, I want to know every time my library talks about love. And every time the word love is used, it's going to use 12,873 resources. I don't have time for that. We want to narrow down our library. So when you think about your library, you want to think through, I don't want to search through everything. I want to search through the books that I need. So one of the first searches that I do is up here with the alt text. I'm going to click on alt text, and I'm going to open up the search field, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to look for two things: large text and heading text. So I'm going to click heading text, and then I'm also going to come down and search large text. And this is going to take the search down from searching anytime the word love is used to now I'm searching through anytime the love is used when it's in a heading text or a large text. So let me show you what that looks like. So if I open up a resource and I click on this, you can see love is chosen. It's a large text. It's a heading text. It sticks out compared to the rest of the book. We can do the same thing with baptism, and we're going to get all these resources. When I open it, you can see this is a large text: divisive alliances and baptism. So that's the first thing to narrow down my library is I want to use large text and heading text. The second thing that we want to do is to search through collections, and there's other resources, videos in the circle that you can check about collections, but I'm going to turn off heading text and large text down here, and then I'm going to go from all books to just through my let's say favorite books collection. And anytime that baptism is used within my favorite books collection, they're going to show up. So again, the idea is instead of using all your library is to try and narrow down to the books that you want. First place, heading text, large text. Second place is through through a collection or through a tag, which you're able to do right up top. And if you've not made collections, you probably should. The next kind of search that I want to show you is with a milestone search. And what a milestone search does is it brings up, if you've got a commentary, a versified resource, it's going to search through chapters about those verses. So for instance, the syntax is milestone, colon, Bible, and then whatever verse that you want. So I'm going to do Revelation 15. And this is going to say that I want to search through any chapter that has as its biblical context Revelation 15. I want to search through that chapter. And let's say I want to search the word wrath in those chapters. So I'm searching the word wrath and then capital IN in the milestone of Bible, Revelation 15. And so when I open that up, these are all my versified resources that have a chapter or a section about Revelation 15 with the word wrath in them. Again, if I just search the word wrath in all of my resources, I'm going to get 9,726 hits. But if I want to search wrath in chapters that have anything to do with Revelation 15 as its biblical context, I'm going to search this way. So wrath, keyword in all caps, milestone, colon, Bible, colon, and then Revelation 15 in quotes. If you just want to search the book of the Bible as the milestones, this would be any chapters that have anything to do with Revelation. You get rid of the quotes and you say wrath and milestone, and this will come with results that have any milestones as from the book of Revelation. So let me give another example. I was in a commentary recently that talked about there's an inclusio in Revelation chapter 15. Let me open up my Bible and I will show you right here, Revelation 15. And this commentary said this right here, Revelation 15:1, then the wrath of God is finished, is an inclusio, almost like a parenthetical bracket to Revelation 15:8. The seven angels were finished. So the wrath of God is finished in 15:1. The seven angels were finished in 15:8. And I'd never heard of this idea, this inclusio in Revelation 15. I wasn't that familiar with that passage or commentaries on it, but I began to think, I wonder if other authors have talked about this idea of inclusio, talking about Revelation 15. So I did the search inclusio in Milestone Bible Revelation. So this is searching the word inclusio in any chapter that its biblical context is something from the book of Revelation, one of the chapters or verses from Revelation. And sure enough, I got 29 hits that talked about this idea of inclusio. And so that is a helpful search to think of inclusio in a milestone search. Not only can you search for words, but you can actually search for biblical references. So I'm going to add Revelation 15 through 16 here, and I'm going to add all quotes, because again, if you're searching through a pericope, through a series of verses, chapter, it needs to be the name of the book, the chapter number, and then in quotes. So here it's searching for milestones of Revelation 15 through 16. But I want to come over here and I want to see if there are any Bible verses that have to deal with Revelation 15 through 16. I came across some commentaries that talked about Zechariah 12 a lot. So I'm going to search Bible, Zechariah 12, and then I'm going to put that in quotes as well. So we're doing a Bible search for any verse in Zechariah 12 in the milestone of Revelation 15 through 16. And sure enough, these are versified resources about Revelation 15 that talk about, that reference Zechariah 12. And this could be, sometimes it is footnotes, sometimes it is within the text. So right here is a good example of it's in a footnote, and then here it's not. But this is a great way when you find cross references to see if there's other commentaries that talk about those verses. You can also switch it around, because this is a great way to find if Revelation 15 through 16 is talked about in your commentaries and versified resources about Zechariah 12. So we're going to type Bible, Revelation 15 through 16 in quotes. I'm going to put in milestone, Bible, Zechariah 12. And then sure enough, we get 19 books, almost, I think they're all from the Old Testament, as they should be, because these are the versified resources that deal with Zechariah 12. And they're going to bring up any reference to Revelation 15 through 16 in these resources. So again, we're taking a large library and we're thinking through, how can I search through the limited number of resources? The other thing that we can do is, let's say we want to search through resources that aren't versified. They're not commentaries. We've got monographs. How do we find information? Let's come back to the inclusio idea. Instead of the in operator, which is the one we've been using, we're going to use the near operator. So I'm going to type the word inclusio, near, Bible, and we'll do just Revelation. So this is searching anytime the word inclusio is used near a Bible verse, Revelation, any verse in the book of Revelation, and it's not just versified resources. So let's pull up. We've got 46 resources. This is a good example. The second one, All Things New, Revelation as Canonical Capstone. This is going to bring up this inclusio when it deals with Revelation 8:7, but it's not in that versified resource. And so you're going to get some, like here's some resources, lectionary, commentaries, this one, God, Heaven, and Harmageddon. So you're going to find journals, all those sorts of things. You're going to find some information by using near, and it needs to be in all caps, near in all caps. Let's do one more with this idea of in, just so you can see how this works. So this is inclusio near Bible Revelation. We're going to, instead of near, we're going to do in all caps, and then milestone, Bible, Revelation. And there we're going to get, these are Revelation resources that have to deal with that word inclusio, that have that within the subject setting. Near means 48 characters. So if we type like this, there we go, 46 resources. This is about, when it says near, that means within 48 characters, which is about 10 words. And in book search, this includes footnotes. So when you're doing searches. The other kind of search that I want to show you is within so many words. So I was in, I'm going to open up my Bible and go to Revelation, I think it's 13. The beast from the sea. I came across a commentary that talked about this as Leviathan, that this is a reference in the Old Testament to Leviathan. I'm going to come back to the search panel, and we've got sea monster there. I'm going to type in Leviathan. I'm going to make sure it's spelled correctly. Leviathan within 5 words, and you can use any number. It could be within 10 words, 20 words, but within 5 words is pretty good for what we're wanting. I'm going to put sea monster in quote. And sure enough, I've got 134 resources that connect Leviathan to the idea of sea monster. And notice a lot of these resources aren't from the book of Revelation. And so what this is doing is this is searching through your library for these themes, these words, but you're coming up with different concepts instead of just searching for Leviathan. So this is 134 resources for this search. If I did Leviathan, I'm going to get over 1,700 returns, resources. Big difference. You can combine this within 5 words or within 10 words search to do the same thing we did before with milestone searching and Bible searching. So we could say Leviathan within 5 words, in quotes, sea monster. And then we're going to do in milestone Bible, and I'm going to put Revelation 13. And there we get any time that Leviathan is talked about as a sea monster or near this idea of sea monster in a versified resource for Revelation 13, I get those hits. So instead of thinking through maybe a couple hundred resources, I am now down to 6 resources. We can do the same thing with near. So I'm going to get rid of milestone because we just want to see if this is near any time Revelation 13 is talked about. I'm going to do a near search, and we did not get anything, and that's okay. You can hopefully get my point. I'm going to get rid of Revelation and just see if we have anything. There we go. So we've got some other, because we expanded it away from Revelation 13, I've got 5 resources that deal with this idea of Revelation, and there it is, Revelation 12. That's why it's not in chapter 13. So hopefully that is helpful when we think of within 5 words. The other thing that we can do is we can add a publishing date to our search. So let's say we want to search, we're getting too many hits, we're trying to limit it. Let's say we're searching for, we'll do Leviathan, and again, 1,733 resources. If I go to all books, the syntax for this is pub date colon greater than, pub date colon greater than, and then whatever date that you want. Let's say we want to find resources more than 2018. I hit ecumenical councils. That's not what we want. And sure enough, 47 resources that were published after 2018, not when they were written, but when their publishing date was within Logos, that used this word Leviathan. So that's a good example of taking a large search and trying to narrow it down. So you can use the publishing date to find that information. The last thing I want to show you in this video is how to search through highlighted text. One of the things that I love with the update in Logos is the autocomplete feature of searches. So when I just type highlight : all of my highlighting palettes, all my highlighting styles automatically show up. That is absolutely fantastic. Now here's the cool thing is after that colon, you can hit Control-8 and it's going to put an asterisk right there, and then you can actually search through all of your highlights. So we could search for the word baptism in highlights. Anytime I've highlighted something, and it doesn't matter if it's underlined, bold, as if it's a bold highlighting palette, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to show up here in this search. That is too cool. We could even say Bible, Revelation 13. I'm going to put it in quotes. And so there we go. I highlighted something that had Revelation 13, 13 through 14. And so very, very helpful that you can do this with highlight, colon, asterisks, and then search whatever you want within your highlights. So you can really go crazy on your highlights and get information that you need. It's going to come straight to you based on what you highlight. So if you can't remember where you highlighted something and you have a whole lot of highlights, but you remember a keyword or a thought or a phrase, you can do a search in your highlight scheme and you will get that information to come straight to you. I hope this information is helpful. If you've stayed this long, this video is because we could not record the live stream about how to make the most of your webinar, how to make the most of your library. And so I'm making up for that with this video, and hopefully you will find it helpful as you search. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments below. And thank you for being a member of the Circle.